Good morning. We're now at Rosegrove. See, back in the olden days, it's kind of quite a major junction. This, back in the olden days, you can see how much tracks there were. That's the M65. Now, even today, you can catch a train here that goes that way to Leeds and York and Hull, or it curves round Todmorden and goes up to Manchester. Going that way, on those tracks, you get to Blackburn, Preston, Blackpool. So one could say Burnley is the hub of the north. You could say that. Anyway, today we're going to be walking down Ackey Road. Now it's like bloody hell, just after 7:30 in the morning. I've got shit to do today, and it's February the 13th. The sun came up at 7:30 in the morning. When I was in Scotland, it would have come up at 10 to 8. There's some geographical distance for you. So that used to be a major ironworks. Look at that gate there, right? And interestingly enough, that was the iron merchants, ironmongers, whatever, that made the gates at Buckingham Palace. It's true. Look, that bus is going to Accrington. Oh, maybe not. That's the whole side bus. Right, okay. So, look, there's Pendle. So, we're at Accrington Road. Now, if I was going to identify with any part of Burnley, I would definitely say I was an Ackey Roader. I think we moved into the area about 8. All my mum's side of the family was settled up like Stoops Estate in Cog Lane, and I sort of, between the age of 8 or 9 till I fled the nest, I was an Ackey Roader. So this is a beautiful moment, this, because in the history of Burnley Football Club, because we've only won the FA Cup once, 1914. Now we've been to the final in 47 and 62, and we got to the semi-final in 74, where the week before the final we were playing Leeds United in their championship season, and Don Revie was right, we're getting our bed. Anyway, we turned up, beat them 4-1 at Ellen Road, but Frank Casper got injured, one of our main men. So when we played Newcastle in semi in 74, look at that, 1910, that building, when it comes into focus. Sunset view, 1910, I guess that's the sunset that way. So, Frank Casper's out for the semi. It's the team of the 70s, Burnley team of the 70s, and we absolutely pasted Newcastle in the semi-final. But Malcolm McDonald scored 2 breakaway goals, and one could say that was the beginning of that decline of Burnley Football Club, because suddenly the funds, money we would have got from the final appearance had to be found somewhere. So Bob Lord sold a couple of players, and then before you know it, we in the 4th division. Yeah. Anyway, back to the original story. 1914, Burnley had gone to Wembley to play Crystal Palace. No, sorry, they played at the Crystal Palace against Liverpool. We won 1-0. Right, film me that way, mate. Sorry, I'm making sure. We won 1-0. So, yeah, Bert Freeman. Oh, unstoppable shot. So they come back to Burnley and they go off at Rosegrove and they go into a shower bank. That was the primitive, I don't know if it was horse-drawn or not, but it was like roofless, and they would have gone along this road. This is with loads of people, Burnley fans, and so the FA Cup was like about there, mid-air, about there, being held up. So that's Burnley's glorious cup winning run. I mean, it's a long time ago now, but you know, it happened. few years later, more or less the same team, after World War One, you know, we would have won loads of shit in World War One, but 1920-21 season, we won league for the first time, and we went 30 games unbeaten, which was only beaten then by the Invincibles team of Arsenal. But we're going on a bit too much about football. We're here to talk about Burnley. So this is Griffin. Yeah, look, Griffin Close there. It's one of the sort of new build estates. We can see the sort of architecture slightly different from the normal terrace houses which are there. So I'd say Accrington Road is quite industrious. On one side you've got like an urban centre, and then on the other side you've got a shed load of what? Factory, not factory, well just like warehouses, factories, car dealerships. Between here and the motorway and the railway. So this walk is going to connect to the very first walk at Gannow Wharf. Is a rough plan. The idea is I'm going to link the whole thing up. Now, I used to walk up here from school sometimes on this road. I used to go to school in Gawthorpe, which is in Padiham. Sometimes I'd walk home because I was like, and just enjoyed the walk. I was a poet then. Falkirk car carriers. What is he doing here? Falkirk, that's a strange town. Slap bang between Glasgow and Edinburgh. It's a bit schizophrenic, you don't know what he's doing. But it's not as bad as, what's the other one? I can't remember. So yeah, I think there's another name for up here as well, Bleak Hills. Is it Bleak Hills? Bleak House? Bleak House, that's it. Aptly named. See, it's quite a main thoroughfare. Before the motorway were built, this was your main artery out of Burnley heading west to Accrington. You know that old advert, Accrington Stanley, you were there? Exactly. So it's a grey morning in Burnley today. Bit of sunrise over there. I'd say we'll hit the fields and the countryside as this year progresses. It's only early February. Prices. Petrol 138.9, 147.9. I remember when it was less than £1, and then suddenly so-called COVID happened, and suddenly it was like nearly £2, and now they've settled at 140. The idea is it's all about crunching the money, so they go like 3 steps forward, then a step or 2 back, and let you think you're winning. Yeah. But we'll talk about that another day. The feudalisation of modern society. No, they want to take us back to those days, factory days, where we all working in, you know, all day long to eat fucking coal. So we're about halfway down along Accrington Road now, I think, which is what it looks like. Yeah. I mean, I would like to live next to Accrington Road. It's well noisy, you see. I mean, even now it's still quite a main thoroughfare. But we're now entering an area of Accrington Road where people used to go what's called supping. Do you mind saying a few words, mate? Or not? Do you mind saying a couple of words? Alright, okay. I'm just doing a talk. No worries. It's cool. He might be able to tell me. But along here there was about 6 or 7 pubs. I know my mum and my dad and my aunties and uncles, sometimes they just go drinking down Accrington Road. And interestingly, the start of this whole section is Morehouse's Brewery. that do the famous Pendle Ale and a few other ales. Yeah, look, more houses. You know, it's Burnley has its own brewery. It's quite nice, that bit of Pendle RPA shit. Quite good. Look. So that's what I mean about all these factories and shit. Because, you know, Burnley is quite, you know, I think there's loads of jobs in Burnley and loads of investment, and it's places like this, you know, it's the travel network's really good. Yeah, that's like a mural of Burnley, isn't it? A little mural, I think. So, all these used to be pubs. I can't remember, I think this was the General Scarlet, but they all had this sort of like character about, you know, maybe inns, because it was on a thoroughfare just before town. I think that was the sort of sketch. Here's another pub called the it's now called Alma House, but I remember it being called the Alma, this one. I think it might have even had a pint or two when I was a teenager. So that's the Alma. Now there's a shop along here where I used to come and get corgi cars with my mum when I was like a toddler, you know, 4 or 5 or 6 years old, something. It's one of these shops here, which turned into a fireplace warehouse now. That's Farm Foods, formerly Quick Save. And my mum used to work on the greengrocers there. She did. She got a job in the greengrocers. Now, see, this is another pub. That's the Fleece. Now, the General Scarlet and the name Alma, interestingly enough, they're from Crimean War, the Battle of the Alma. General Scarlet was Burnley's, he was actually a general, he's married to a Burnley girl. And he said, I think he led the charge of the Heavy Brigade, which was not the charge of the Light Brigade, it's the one that they actually won with, charge of the Heavy Brigade. There's the Woodtop Inn, I think that's the last surviving pub, the Woodtop Inn. And there is Woodtop Primary School. Now back in my day, you know, so he needs a paint job, but back in my day that was still active. I think one of my grandmas went to that school. Can't remember which one. Great grandmas. I don't remember. Anyway, what I wanted to do a little diversion. I used to go to what's called Hardyclough School up here. Now we'll see the other side of it on another walk, but today I just want to go to the last remaining remnant of the school. It was like a Victorian school, you know, in the 80s. And it got knocked down and turned into new homes, but that's still, I think that's the caretaker's house, and the school gates are still there to this day, and it's the last relic of Hardyclough School. Here they are, look. Look at this. So that's the old entrance to the school on one side. And I remember you used to dash down to these gates, to here, you queue up, and then you get led across road. Somewhere down here was a school canteen. And I always remember we got let out of school at 4 o'clock. Right, and my house was a 5-minute dash that way, and I would sprint home to get home for Danger Mouse. I always remember that. Morning. Just doing a historical tour of Hardyclough. I used to go to school there, but it's not there anymore. Yeah, so now it's got a nice sort of, that's Hardy chimney, you know, Hardyclough chimney. We'll have a look at that on another walk. We're gonna scoot around here, but this is Aki Road today. And up there is Melrose Avenue, right up there, and that's where my grandma lived. But we'll come to that another day, because we're going back to Aki Road and the sacred location of what I still haven't had better chips and curry than Yip's chips to my dying day. I don't think I ever will. Oh my god, should we call Christine or Susan? I think it was Susan or Christine. She was well sound. She always had and on one occasion, I swear down, I got 3 chips and curries in a row. But I had about half an hour in between. I'm like, oh my god. I was like, you know, pre-pubescent, and it was a very sexual experience. Maybe it goes a bit too far there. That's David's. I don't think he's open anymore. But there was a rival Chinese, and his chips and curry was alright. My mum preferred it actually, but she was a bit weird, my mum. But that was David's. That's the old Spa. So the old chips and curry was was there, where that sold sign is, knocked down and replaced by some houses. Right, so that's the Aki Road sort of, it carries on up there, but we'll return in because we need to go to Gannow now. So you can see the busy motorway there, the M65. That's an old factory turned into a fitness area, Premier Fitness. Regeneration of the Industrial Revolution relics. So this is Woodtop, old folks home. Now, my mum got a job here, swear down. This was a flat, and I used to sleep in that bedroom when I come to visit. Used to have a right little natter with old dears in here, like play. And I was like a dashing bingo caller in my 20s. Woodtop it's called. He used to love me, and I used to love talking to Tommy because he was at Dunkirk. He got left behind at Dunkirk defending the rear guard, and he spent 5 years in prisoner of war camp. You know, it's interesting. That's why I'm writing to World War II, writing my epic poem, Axis and Allies, because you know that living generation is nearly gone. But I heard some of the tales in that place. So these are quite nice houses. This is a nice. So this used to be an actual street full of terracing, and then they sort of built some new houses. They might be 20 years old now, about, and still, you know, it's quite. I was like, bloody hell! Look at this, Aki Roaders, fucking verandas. Couldn't believe it. Look at that, right, that's Aki. This is Aki Road. This. I mean, it's not the nice houses, but I wouldn't like to live here because it's right next to the fucking motorway. Well, noisy. I used to live in Dalmeny, South Queensferry, up in Scotland, and I'm like, oh my god, can't hear myself think. Right next to M8 and the Forth Road Bridge. It's well noisy. I'm like, fuck this. I need some countryside. The Yatefield used to be up here, the Yatefield pub. Now on every Christmas day, we'd all go there for a game of pool, all family. All women would have a drink after Christmas dinner, and all men would go into pool, and all the simmering family tensions would emerge. That's the Yatefield area, it's not down now. So, we're now coming, so that is the railway bridge. This has been like this for a long time. I think the council just doesn't know what to do with it. They put a fence around it for a few years, and they've removed that. Or that's been removed for scrap or something, who knows. But you know, a bit of subsidence. That's just, don't know how they got there. So you can see, probably needs a paint job, this. I mean, well built, but eventually that'll rust and the train will go through. So, we're gonna slip onto the canal. Now, the canal, there's a tunnel called the Gannow Tunnel you can't go along. It's about a quarter of a mile, a third of a mile long. But it emerges right where underneath me now. I just want to show you this tunnel first, before we go down. So this is a tunnel under the motorway system. That's something from Blade Runner. Full of interesting graffiti, as you can see. Including Mickey Mouse with a big spliff. Pretty much, that's pretty much fucking, is the new Burnley emblem. And then we go down to, Now we're going back onto the Leeds-Liverpool Canal, and we're going to come out at Gannow Wharf. And where today's walk, after 20 minutes, will be completed. I enjoyed that. Yeah, I'm an Aki roader. I'm, you know, I love it. I mean, it's going to be funny as fuck. Like, Byron, you know, he went to Cambridge. Shelley, fucking son of a baron, words with, you know, pure Coleridge, pure fucking middle class. What's your background, Damo? Being a fucking major poet. It's like, oh, I'm an Aki roader. I'm proud. These are quite funny. I used to come down here as like, you know, early teens, when you want to do something adventurous. I remember you coming down here and you'd go up the side of the you'd climb up there, because at the top of there, in that corner up there, there's like a little sort of place to sit, and you'd just go up there and be very cool, and then do like scrambling downs and shit. Maybe with some kind of like stick, pretending you were a soldier. Yeah, we're back on the canal. These are some epic structures. Yeah, how are my plans working? I'm going to link up 2 walks. I'm linking the walks up. Covering west of Burnley first, mainly. But oh, wait till you check out some of the shit I want to see. When we get to like sort of moors near Trawden and up Worstone. Because at the moment you're seeing the sort of like industrial town, old industrial town sections, but you've got this like primeval fucking raw moorland. It's absolutely gorgeous. But that's not to diss this walk too much, which we are about to come to a close, draw to a close. So we come out here onto Gannow Lane, and that is where I began the very first walk. Well, way back in distant January. Yeah, so we'll leave it there. That's where I began the last walk, that very spot. Right, cool.